Welcome aspirants. You're watching Decode IAS, and in this video, we'll analyze the second issue. A more expansive reading of the surrogacy law can help more couples. The Supreme Court has recently raised a significant question: should a couple facing secondary infertility be allowed to use surrogacy to have a second child? Under the Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021, only couples with no surviving child are eligible for surrogacy. The only exceptions are if the existing child is physically or mentally challenged or suffers from a life-threatening disorder. In this case, the petitioners argued that infertility, whether primary or secondary, is a medical condition and the state should not interfere in citizens' reproductive choices. They claimed that denying surrogacy for a second child violates the right to privacy and personal liberty under Article 21 of the Constitution. The government, however, maintained that surrogacy cannot be treated as a fundamental right, as it involves the use of another woman's body and must be regulated to prevent exploitation. The court observed that the restriction seems reasonable, yet it has agreed to examine whether such a ban limits the reproductive autonomy of couples. It's worth noting that the Supreme Court recently relaxed the age limits for couples who had frozen embryos before the act came into force, showing that the judiciary is open to flexible interpretation when fairness demands it. If the core intent of the Surrogacy Act is to prevent commercial surrogacy and protect women from exploitation, not to regulate family size, then distinguishing between couples with primary and secondary infertility seems unnecessary. After all, there is no law in India that restricts how many children a person can have, even though some states promote a two-child norm through incentives. A more inclusive reading of the law, one that balances compassion, regulation, and reproductive rights, could ensure access to medical technology for all deserving couples while still curbing unethical practices. That's all for today's Decode IAS analysis: concise, conceptual, and UPSC ready.